Today, the Alabama family lost one of its quiet giants. Eddie Conyers passed away today, a man whose name may not appear in record books, but whose fingerprints are on nearly every era of Alabama football. From Coach Paul Bear Bryant's first season through Coach Saban, and all the way to last year, Eddie Conyers served as Alabama's practice referee for more than 6 decades. For over 60 years, he stood inside the ropes, watching greatness being built every single day. Eddie wasn't just around Alabama football. He was part of its rhythm. Hired during the early Bear Bryant years, Eddie's job was simple. Make sure penalties happened in practice, not on Saturdays. And what began as a temporary favor became one of the longest continuous service roles in the history of college football. Eddie officiated practices for 10 head coaches, thousands of players, and 12 national championship teams, often by himself, often unnoticed, but never unimportant. When we sat down with Eddie last year, we knew we were talking to someone special. What we didn't know was that we were preserving history from someone who lived it every day.
Well, he came in 58, and maybe 59 or 60, I don't really know. He got hold of a guy named Gordon Pettis. You may remember Gordon.
I remember Gordon.
He was an official in the Southeastern Conference and later became the coordinator official in the Southeastern Conference.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. Coach Bryant told Carney Lashley, who was his right-hand man, to get him a official to practice. Coach Bryant's rationale was, if we get penalties, let's get on the practice field rather than the ball game. Now, at that time, I don't know whether anybody ever did that or not. But anyway, Gordon went 1 or 2 years, then he moved to Chattanooga and went to work for a company called Athamed. Well, Carney called me trying to find Gordon. And when I told him Gordon had moved to Chattanooga, Carney had panicked because Coach Bryant had told him to get an official. And you didn't tell Coach Bryant I couldn't get it done. So he asked me, he says, any other officials in Tuscaloosa? I said, well, there's one other, but he's a head coach at Tuscaloosa High School. He can't go. He said, well, I got to have an official today. Do you officiate? I said, yes, I do. I didn't tell him I'd worked one high school game, one game on the clock. And here I am going to University of Alabama. And to tell you I was intimidated would be an understatement. But if you know where Bama Jamma is now, right by the stadium, that little restaurant, that used to be a
Bama Jammas.
Yeah, it used to be a filling station. Carney told me, he said, I got to have an official today. Will you come out here? And I said, yes, I will. I went in that Rama Jamma, where it used to be a filling station, put my uniform on, went to practice. And I'll never forget how intimidated I was when somebody said, Coach Bryant wants to talk to you. Now, you got to put yourself in my place. I've worked 2 high school games. One of them was on the clock. Here I am going to talk to Bryant. I'm one of the little managers, but I got there, the little manager came up and said, Coach Bryant wants to talk to you and tell you what he wants to do. And I said, yes, sir. Well, I went up, I said, Coach, what is it you want me to do? And Tommy and Rick, to my honest to goodness, he said something that sounded like, don't you go watch them goddamn black and goddamn. I ain't got a clue. I just said yes. I heard him say offense, yes. And I went to say with offense. I remember Carney calling back the next. By the way, the next game we played, we didn't have any penalties. Carney called me the next day, said he wants you back out here. And I said, Coach, I can't come out there. I said, I've got a job. I work. And I remember Carney Lashley's exact words to me was, that ain't my problem. He said he wants you out here, and you're going to be out here. And that's, honest to goodness, that's how it started. I went out there not having a clue what to do, but it finally evolved. And Coach Bryant wanted, you have mental penalties and physical penalties, and he wanted a presence of an official where the players knew somebody was watching them. And then mental penalties like false starts, delay of game, that sort of thing. But that's where it kind of started. And it went on to just a few weeks ago, by the way.
Well, Eddie, did he sort of shape your officiating along the way? I mean, as you were growing into the job, did he tailor you to be what he wanted you to be?
Rick, not quite. He wanted I think the presence was the main thing.
Mm.
He just wanted the presence of an official where the players would be conscious that somebody was watching them. I would turn in every day a thing at number 63 red is lining up off sides, and they would correct that. But just having the presence of an official was what he wanted, and that's what we did. And it seemed to work, quite frankly.
Were you the only
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I was the only one. I used to call scrimmages, Tommy, by myself.
Eddie Conyers represented something that can't be measured in wins or losses: loyalty, consistency, love for the University of Alabama. He never asked for attention. He never sought the spotlight. He simply showed up every practice, every season, every generation because Alabama mattered to him. Players loved him. Coaches respected him. And everyone who met him remembered him. For Tommy and me, getting to spend time with Eddie Conyers was one of the great honors of this podcast. We laughed, we learned, and we walked away knowing we'd just been with someone truly irreplaceable. Eddie was 96 years old and still showing up to practice. That alone tells you everything you need to know about who he was. Today we say thank you. Thank you for the decades. Thank you for the stories. Thank you for standing watch while legends were made. Eddie Conyers didn't just witness Alabama football history, he helped protect it. Rest easy, Eddie. And from the entire Crimson Tide family, roll Tide.